So, I wanted to go through very quickly and give you a quick demo of the TRACKIR 5, and I can also show you the X52 while I'm at it, just to give you an idea. So, Elite's out, just upgraded. So I just wanted to go through kind of a demo of it really and just show you what it's like. It's never going to be the same as an Oculus Rift, you know, it's not going to be as totally immersive. There are problems with full immersion to do with things like motion sickness and whatever else, because what you see and experience isn't going to be matching up to your inner ear, of course. And of course you can't, you know, see everything here, which is kind of, you know, because it's not a perfect representation of every single button in your hand, it's not going to be perfect either. Personally, at the moment, I prefer the idea of the TRACKIR, because with 3 monitors like this, it's kind of like cockpit windows anyway. There's a lot there to focus on already. You get your peripheral vision, which is nice. You get to see quite a lot of stuff around you. And you get a lot of head movement with it, so that's what I'm going to show you now. The first thing to note with the TRACKIR is you get a little program which should load any second. There it is, and I'll drag that over to the middle monitor. There you go. So you get this program here. I've got it bound to a reset button on this. You can see with the old X52 you've got extra things here. So this, for example, is a 4-way joystick which allows me during the game to have vertical and horizontal movement on axes. I've also got, obviously you've got your roll, you've got your pitch, and you've got your yaw here. So you've actually got, you know, all the planes of movement. It's pretty good. If you haven't got something like that, especially, it's very helpful with the throttle as well. You'll find it's a bit more limiting. Doesn't mean you can't play, but you'll need to use the keyboard more for bindings and so on, where nearly everything I need to do can be done with the mouse and these, which is pretty cool. You've also got all these buttons here which are 2-way switches and so on, and it's pretty good. Anyway, let's talk about the TRACKIR. So, you can see here I've got 3 LEDs on a little headset. Actually, the default thing you get with the TRACKIR is these 3 reflectors here, and you just pop them on a cap or whatever. Now, I don't wear a cap really, but they do give you this, which I think pretty much comes with your TRACKIR now. And you can see here, this is 3 LEDs which are picked up by this unit up here, and when the LEDs or the reflectors are pointing at it and being picked up, I'm not sure if it will come up with the reflectors because we've started with the LEDs, this light here will come on, and when the game has picked it up as well, the other LED will come on. So if I turn this over, you can see that immediately goes green, and you know, that's how it picks it up. Now, this is actually just a little clip designed to sit on a headset. An awful lot of gamers use headsets, so that works pretty well. I don't use a headset, but I have got a GoPro head thing, so that's generally what I stick it on. And you know, you feel a bit stupid putting it on the first couple of times, and then you forget it's there. It's very, very light, much lighter than an Oculus Rift would be. And again, you know, very small wire coming off it. Oculus Rift's got much more than that. So I'll pop that on there. Right, okay, so that needs to be down a little bit more, I think. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to reset that. Click, and there we go. So I've now reset the orientation, and you can see there I'm turning my head left and right, and it compensates for the fact that your head will move around naturally. So I can look up, I can look down at my feet, I can tilt my head like this. It's pretty responsive, very, very quick. And it's also accelerated, it's exaggerated, so I can actually look behind me by, oh, I can't get much further than that. I can look nearly behind me, and you can see it tilts down there. So a small movement of the head will give you an exaggerated motion, which means you can keep your eyes pointing at the screen, which kind of helps. Okay, so let's load up Elite, and I'll give you a quick demo. Long bit, I didn't want to click that. Hope it doesn't take too long to load. Another advantage, of course, of this is I can sit here with a coffee. I haven't got one. The last video I was making, which went wrong, I did have a coffee, but the idea is while I'm waiting for my ship to auto-dock, or while I'm, you know, doing whatever else I'm doing, I can check my phone, I can drink without any problems. You know, it's like actually being in a car or a ship or whatever, whereas Oculus Rift, again, although it's more immersive, you don't get that option. And you'll, trust me, you'll spend long enough playing Elite that will become something you want to do. So here we go, Elite Dangerous version 1. I haven't even seen this yet. Looks pretty similar to the last Gamma. We'll have a look, see how long it takes to load in. So I'll go into open play. There's the old Cobra Mark III, the mainstay of the game. It's pretty cool. A lot of these ships have multiple seats, so you can look around the cockpit and see seats where potentially they're going to be looking at possibly having people being able to co-op for turrets and stuff. I don't know if it'll ever happen. They're also looking at getting you able to fly all the way down to planets, down to the surface and get out of your ship, which is going to be insane. Well, here we are. So apparently I'm in space. I'm going to reset the view. And you can see I can sort of zoom in, not very much by doing this, but the real advantage here is I can look around my cockpit. I can see my legs, my arms. There's the other seat. And notice these menus here, they're activated by me just looking at them, which is pretty fantastic. And you can see up here, I'm not sure why I'm in the middle of space actually. So that's kind of where I was aiming for. So I'm going to fly back round. There's a nice little planet over there. And you can see I can literally just turn my head and see what's going on around me. This is really invaluable when you're in a space station or when you're, you know, flying around one, because especially in combat, you know, I want to be able to evade and I can still see who I'm attacking quite easily. So it is actually, as soon as you get used to it, which takes you about 5 minutes, it's like being in an actual car. It's quite impressive. Now I'm going to get into trouble if I go near this station without asking to dock. So let's pop over there. Let's get some docking. See, I can do everything from the X52, which is pretty cool. You've got various, you know, hat switches and whatever here. You've also got quite a few buttons on the trigger. The main trigger's got 2 connections all the way down and halfway, so you can bind lots of stuff. So I'm allowed to dock, and I'm actually using.
Scan detected.
Oh, thank God I haven't got any contraband, or that would be the end of me. You don't want to go in here too fast, but you can see actually the scale of stuff in this game is quite insane. Now I'm going over on the left. I'm going to put my gear down. Look at this. In here, invaluable having a TRACKIR R5. Really, really invaluable, because if you don't have one deployed, finding where stuff is for a start when you're turning around here is quite hard, but it is very easy to fly into other ships and paste yourself. It's not very forgiving in that sense. Now, I'm going for landing pad 34, which apparently doesn't seem to exist. Clearly, I wasn't paying enough attention when I moved in. Well, let's fly down the end. A little bit faster than I should be going in here. It is very, very easy to crash and die. Notice as I'm heading towards that, I just hit right and I started flying right, which is quite standard. So, there it is. I flew right past it. What a dick. Right. You can't land on these things backwards. You've got to be facing the tower. I found that one out the hard way. And you can see some pretty cool stuff as I come in down to land. I've got my landing gear out. There's my landing pad. You've got to line up on it. Let's go back a little bit. Yeah, so I'm right on it. You can see as I come off it. There it goes, green or blue, sorry.
Docking successful.
And there I'm in.
Disengaged.
And you can see I can actually still look around even though I'm in the menu. if you really want to get cool with it, of course, I can go and enter the hangar, which is even cooler. See you later. First time I flew to George Lucas Station was pretty cool. Ridley Scott, love, of course, love. Very cool. See you later. And there we go, I'm in the hangar and I can do whatever. The other advantage of the IR5 is when you're doing all of this, if you imagine flying through the system, or the menus here, sometimes they're a little out of sync with where your head is. If you take it off for a few seconds, it'll automatically pop back there, which is nice. So you can get a rest from it while you're still playing the game. Again, I'm not sure how that would work with the Oculus. And that's pretty much it. When you're flying in system, you will have minutes of flying time. So if not longer, depending on, I mean, some of these things are, you know, 3,000 light seconds away. Everything in a system is accurate in terms of distance. So if you're our sun, you won't be able to see anything, and it will take you a while to get to some of the planets. It's pretty realistic. So anyway, there's the TRACKIR 5. Very cool bit of kit. You can see it's still active here. There we go. Very quick to pick it back up again. It's not really any lag. And you've got your great X52 as well, which I very highly recommend. I know it's more expensive than a 30 quid Thrustmaster, but that was absolute shit when I looked at it. I bought one, I sent it back. It was crap, it was broken anyway. Didn't have everything I needed, not very many buttons. I can play pretty much the whole game with this, which is pretty cool. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I might see you in there.